Hey everyone, Old Man FPV here. I got a special treat for you guys this morning. Recently I was picked up as a team pilot for Panda MultiRotors, and I wanted to give you guys an initial review and a short little frame assembly video of their premier racing frame. It's the Cavity. It's been, I think this is the V3 version that they're on now, and I've been flying this frame for a little bit, and it's incredible. It lent itself to a lot lighter build than I was used to, and it has completely changed the way I fly. I mean, it almost cut down my times immediately, and the durability seems to be there. I will plan on doing a series of videos, a build video and a 3-month review to kind of add on to this video. But this is the frame that I'll be reviewing right here. It's the skinny arm version of the Cavity, which is a 217 millimeter Stretch X frame. They also have a wide arm version that are made just wide enough for the Spedix ESCs, so they'll fit perfectly on the arm. And I believe I've got just a top plate in this kit is what it comes with, and there is also a pod that you can purchase separately right here. This one's dyed green already. These are nylon, and they come just the base white color. So when you get them, they'll be white, and you'll have to dye them whichever color you'd like. One of our team pilots, Donald Striffler, he does a dyeing service, so you guys could always get in touch with him. He does a really good job. But this is an extra part that you can get after the fact. We also have I believe we're also working on pods for GoPros as well, so be something to look out for in the future. But without any more ado, we'll get into assembling the frame and kind of showing you what comes in the package. That way you guys have a good idea of what you have coming your way. So looking here, this is what your Cavity will come with. This is the way that it's packaged. We'll go ahead and slide everything out of the bag so you guys can take a look at what we got. First off, we got a couple of Panda stickers, which is a pretty cool logo, if I do say so myself. I'm kind of a big guy, so Panda is appropriate. Alright, we also have, you'll notice that this comes with 6 arms. So they were nice enough to include a couple extra arms in your kit. I have not broken one of these arms yet. They are 5 millimeters thick and 8 millimeters wide. So they're still a pretty stout arm, even though it's a skinny arm design and a removable one. They've held up really well. I haven't done a whole lot of races, but in our multi-GP races we use metal gates, and I can tell you that they have taken at least a half a dozen hits on metal gates during races, and they have not broken. So I have not had to use one of my extra arms yet, but it's nice to know that I have some if I do. You have 2 bottom plates. You'll notice that one has some oversized holes in it. That's going to be your very, very bottom plate that you can run a Allen head a hex driver through there to get to your flight controller stack. And then you've got one that's that has smaller holes in it. Now this one, you'll notice, has a 30 by 30 and a 20 by 20 mounting holes for your stack. You've got your underslung battery strap slots right here, and then here we have our top plate with plenty of spots for cooling and also for zip ties to zip tie stuff down. So we'll set those aside. We'll look in here. Now, a lot of the hardware that comes with this is pretty standard stuff. Nothing stands out too much about the hardware. You've got some 25 millimeter standoffs. You've got 4 of those. One thing that I don't find that's very common that Panda provides is motor screws. They provide motor screws for these 5 millimeter arms, which when I put mine together, they were actually the perfect size, so that was kind of nice. You have your micro cam TPU mounts for your micro cameras. And then you have some assorted bolts. These are assorted between 12 millimeter, 16 millimeter, and some lock nuts in order to put the frame together. So I'm going to show you guys real quick how to put the frame together. We will knock this out Ricky ticking in a hurry. You'll notice that they have a nice pretty cavity logo cut into the carbon. So I know whenever I build mine, I like to be able to read that from left to right. So I always make sure that when I do that, whenever I can read it face up, I'll turn that one face down, and that will be my bottom. Okay, so our arms, they have this real nice sweep design on one side, and I've noticed that if you make sure and put that forward, that whenever you go to preload your quad on the launch pad, that makes a nice flat surface for you to preload from, which is super nice. I like that a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to just stack everything up. Okay, then we're going to take our, take our second top plate and just slide it on the top. And then we're going to put a lock nut. Now, these lock nuts, you can put these however you want. Actually, you know, I did that wrong. I like my front ones to be facing downwards. You can face them up or you can face them down, however you feel that best fits your build. So the front ones I like facing down, and I'll kind of show you why here in a minute. So I face that one down. Just like that. And then this one is going to get one of the standoffs. Just like that. And you know, you don't have to torque everything down quite yet. Okay, so this arm, make sure that sweep is facing forward. It's going to go right here. And we'll have this one, this bolt, facing down just like the other one. I can get the holes lined up here. There we go. Okay, we'll lock that on. And then run this one through the other way with another standoff. And normally when I do a final assembly, I do Loctite my standoffs in place. But for the build video, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so on this one, oops, on the rear, I like to put the lock nut portion facing up. Like I said, it just kind of depends on your style and how you want it to go together. Okay, we got another standoff right here. There we go. And then our last arm over here. So you see, guys, it isn't rocket science putting it together, and it doesn't take long. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and I use a 5.5 millimeter nut driver and a 2 millimeter hex wrench, and everything just tightens right up. Okay, so we got that all put together. Now all there is to do is we will drop our top plate on. As you can see, I'm not putting the TPU mounts on, but they're pretty self-explanatory. They will just go on just like that on both sides, and they will screw right into the, whoops, right into the rear camera, or right into the side holes of the camera. Something I did notice when assembling this frame the first time was how well everything fit. You know, sometimes you have to file out some holes and make a few little changes to make everything fit together, but not on this frame at all. So as you can see, here is the, minus those two screws, here's the fully assembled frame. One thing that I did, I use a really thick Kevlar battery strap, and so instead of going through these holes, I took a file and just filed this top and bottom edge of this carbon right here so that I didn't accidentally cut my strap. And I just ran my strap through. You'll see there's a pretty nice, obviously 5 millimeters because of the arm, a 5 millimeter gap that goes underneath your flight stack that actually works perfectly for quick changing on your battery straps. I haven't had any issues whatsoever with it sliding around. Whenever you put your screws in for your flight controller stack, that's enough of a kind of a bump or a ridge to keep that battery strap centered. I'll show you guys one more configuration real quick. So as you see, all I've done is I changed out the two front long standoffs with two front short standoffs that are included with the pod. And we have the nylon pod with the large front slots for your standoffs to go inside. So we just slide them on there, screw down the back, and you're done. You got a nice pod option there. It just screws down in the back. I'm running a 3-board stack with no issues on this thing. There's plenty of room in there for that. If you'll notice why I put my screw direction the way I did, the back screws are facing up just because I prefer less interference with the battery on the bottom. But I have the front screws facing down because of the shape of the pod. It allows my wires to kind of slide over the top of this screw to go to my 4-in-1. If you'll see, there's no battery issue. This is a 1500 milliamp battery, and you can see that it's got plenty of clearance from these screws on all sides. So no issues with the battery getting into screws. If anything, it kind of holds it centered if you want to run them all downwards. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this frame, guys. To wrap up this video, I'm just going to kind of show you guys a finished cavity. You can kind of expect them to look something like this. Maybe not quite this beautiful, but this is one of my race builds. It's been, like I said, it's been a great quad. It's worked well for me. If you guys are looking at picking one of these up, Justin has these at Fly RC now. He is our exclusive dealer at this point. Man, I encourage you guys to give it a shot. You know, if you guys are in the market for a frame, especially a racing frame, but any frame really. It's real. I really enjoyed going to this frame. I truly, honestly say it's been a game changer for me. I've seen increased lap times, just better handling all the way around the board. So, like I said, you guys want to give it a shot, go for it. Go check it out at Fly RC now, and I'll look forward to doing another video here. I'm going to do a build video and do about a 3-month review once I got a chance to beat this thing around for 3 solid months. Let you guys know what's going on with it, and talk to you again. We'll see you guys next time.